कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Māreecha, who was earlier a demon, later, as per the Vakyam of Vyasa in Sri Mahabharatam, became a tapasvi, a sannyasi, seated in the shade of a banyan tree, Nirgrodha, called Subhadra, welcomed Ravana. They were related. Ravana mentions about his plan to lure Sita and kidnap her, abduct her. Māreecha warns. He says, don't do this. While Rama was at the age of 12, he shot me so hard that I escaped death just by a thin hair strip. If you want me to die, I am ready. I want to be grateful to you. But remember, your plan will fail because like how I am going to die in the hands of Rama today, you will be dying tomorrow. Ravana says, by speaking such words, such sentences in your own fashion with that fear in you, with that emotion, you cannot deter me away from my objective. As if his objective was very pure, very helpful to the society. He says, you cannot take me away from my objective. If I have made my mind to attain Sita, I will. त्वाद्वाक्यैर्नैतु मां शक्यं भेतुं रामस्य संयुगे मूर्खस्य पापशीलस्य मानुषस्य विशेषतः. I will achieve what I want. Do what I say. That time Māreecha said, correct. I will follow what you say because I have to be grateful to you. Ravana, but one thing. In my life, I have understood, if at all someone has to die, they should die in the hands of somebody very, very superior. The world will remember even the person who is dead, who has died in the hands of that superior person. So, I don't know how the world will manage to remember me, Ravana. But one thing is for sure, it is better that I die in the hands of somebody as superior as Rama. Look at what audacity Māreecha must have had to say such lines. He was truthful to the core. He said, Māreechaschintayamasa vishishtan maranam varam. This is a Mahabharata Vakyam. Avashyam maranam prapte karishyam yasya yan matam. My mind says, die in the hands of Rama. And he says, Ravana, I will leave this place. I will do as what you have said. Then Māreecha becomes the gem-studded golden deer. Whether he turns into the golden deer automatically or he just covers himself with a cloak that gives him, like how we do fancy dress today. Maybe he became a deer like that, or true to his Ashtama Siddhi, maybe with the powers that he had obtained, he might have become a deer himself. In whichever case, he started running around the ashramam. Imagine Māreecha is in the southern part of India. He had to travel till Maharashtra because Nashik on the banks of river Godavari is where they were stationed, the trio. So he goes there and runs around the ashram. The ashram would have had many openings as windows. So Sita manages to creep from every window, and as she is lured by this gem-studded golden deer, when the sun's rays falls, just imagine, the gems will shine, the cloak that resembled gold will shine. It looked like a material that has to be possessed by everyone. So Sita started going room after room, living room after living room to check where this deer was running. So the deer's objective was to lure Sita. It was very successful in that. Then Sita just comes near the doorway and sees Rama seated on the pedestal outside. She says, Arya putra viramosau mrugo harati me manaha anayainam mahabhavo kridartham no bhavishyati. Aryaputra abhiramosau mrugo harati me manaha. Aryaputra, the wise one, the noble one. This deer that is running hither and thither is captivating my mind. I need this deer badly. Why, you may ask. Anayainam mahabhavo kridartham. To play. I want a pet animal with which I can play. Now, like how people have dogs and cats. Maybe Sita desired a deer. She had grown up in the Anthapuram of Janaka Raja in Mithila, and then she came to Ayodhya. They would have pet animals. So I want one pet animal. I am lured by this. Give me. Kridartham no bhavishyati. As she utters these words to Rama, Lakshmana, who was arranging for certain fuel sticks outside the ashramam, he came running and said, Mata, be very vigilant. When I look at this particular deer, that particular deer you are mentioning, I have noticed it for some time. When an animal of a certain category, a community is in a locality, the animals of the same category from other localities will come together. They will see some kind of togetherness, something that gels them. That is true of most animals. People who walk in the middle of the night will remember there will be one big pack of these dogs that may chase us, because they all get together. Unlike humans who don't find anything in unity, animals are very smart. They will always move in packs. That is why people go to African countries in certain periods. They will see the migration of animals that doesn't happen in hundreds or thousands. It will be happening in millions. So to see all this we go. So animals always move in huge packs, big groups. But Lakshmana says, see, from the start I have noticed that this particular deer, when it was seen in our vicinity, the other deers of the same category, they all came, they went close, tried to smell this deer, because animals have this trait of smelling, and they are all running away from this deer. Rama asks, so what? Rama, in my little understanding, this concludes that this deer that you see here is actually not an animal. It could be some Rakshasa in disguise. Just because you have killed 14,000 demons, it doesn't mean that there are no Rakshasas at all. Rama, in my little understanding, see Lakshmana's prediction. He says, this deer could be Māreecha. He spells it out. Te mai varamaham manye Māreecham rakshasam mrigam mrugo hyevam vidhau ratnan vichitro nasti raghava jagatyam jagati natha Māreecha hi na samshayaha. He has used some tricks, some magic, and Māreecha has come as a deer. This is what I suspect. Then he says how the other deers are smelling and running. Samudvikshya cha sarvetam mrigayenyeva necharaha upagamya samagraya bidravanti disho dasha. They are running in different directions. Now, we need to understand this slightly in detail. We have a Rupam and Swarupam. Remember this. Rupam means external appearance. We may be differing in skin color. Some may be black, some may be white, some may be brown, some may be yellow. Skin color, eyes, brown eyes, black eyes, cat eyes, nose, very sharp nose, or that which looks a bit snubbed. We may have small mouth. So these are all physical appearances and the differences that we have. Over and above that, we may sport our own culture's dress. Some may sport the tie, shirt, coat. Some may sport the traditional dress. So all this is to the body. So what you see in front of your eyes is the rupam of a person, the appearance of a person, the external appearance, that is rupam. That which is innate, the Atma Rupam is called Swarupam, the qualities of the Atma within. That is mostly intact across all Jivatmas. We are subservient to Paramatma, we are a personification of knowledge, our Atma cannot be cut, it cannot be destroyed, and so on and so forth. But connecting this Jivatma to the body is the mind. So the mind keeps telling. It may tell for me, Dushyanth, you are a human. This is what my mind will be telling. Or it may say, try to be a human, whatever is the dialogue. Now, suppose, imagine I am in my kindergarten. I was in my kindergarten, of course. So there used to be fancy dress competition. Imagine my mother wanted to dress me up like a tiger. She goes to some hiring studio, she buys the dress of a tiger, the mask of a tiger, she fits that on me. She does 2 rehearsals in the house. She says, when you go up on the stage, you'll have to roar. You'll have to create the news like a tiger, she says. Now, the moment she says all this, I agree, I practice very well. Now, I go to the stage. All parents are there, one child after the other, they are performing. I go up to the stage. And she is expecting, my mother is expecting, I will go meow or roar like a tiger or a lion. Instead, I say, Amma. Now I'll start crying. Why? So, this particular Swarupam. What is the Swarupam? I am thinking I am a human. Though my mother may have given me the Rupam of a tiger, inner thought is still that I am a human. That is why when I go to the stage with so many rehearsals also, I come up with the human trait of calling Amma, Appa, crying. So, if at all an animal has to show its own traits, in the inner mind it has to think that it is that animal. For example, a tiger should assume it is a tiger. A human should assume we are humans. That is why we say when certain people shout, he is barking, because it seems to us as if his Swarupam is not of a human but of a dog. That is how we say. Now, I will give you a subtle difference. When the Lord incarnated as Varaha, that is the wild boar, he wanted to rescue Mother Earth. At that point in time, when he came on earth and the other boars started coming, because for them they sense this is another boar, they came, they didn't run away like how the other deers are running from Māreecha. They in fact came and embraced Varaha Murti. Why did the other boars recognize Varaha's presence? Because when the Lord became Varaha, he did not turn a wild boar just from the outside. He turned into a wild boar even in his thought process. Goda Ravair Gurgurai, says Vedanta Deshika. Even his sound was like a boar. Gur, 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 gurai, gur, gur. So, why did the Lord think he was a wild boar from the inside? Because for Paramatma, there is nothing called as superior creation and inferior creation. For him, if he had to become a wild boar, even in his thought, he was a wild boar. Whereas for we the humans, we say, I ate like a pig. You dirty pig, you dirty swine. For us, there is superiority in creation and inferiority. For Paramatma, it isn't. That is why when he became Varaha, in his inner mind also, he thought he was Varaha. Contrary, Māreecha, when he became Māreecha in his Rupam, in his Swarupam, he was still Māreecha and not the deer. He thought, I am a demon, very powerful. Why will I be a deer? That is why the other deers could sense this pride, this false pride in Māreecha, and they must have said to themselves, he does not belong to us, and they ran away. This made Lakshmana understand and tell Rama and Sita, don't go behind this deer, it is not a normal one. But did Rama listen to Lakshmana's advice? Tomorrow, let's see.
Dear Astika reader, I'm happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.